You ever been in a situation like where you feel as if like God is like absent in your life? Like you feel like you're all alone. Like you remember, you know that thing with the footsteps? You know, and at one point in that person's life, he felt as if he was alone. And he looked back at God and said, where were you? Whenever he saw those single footsteps. You know, those are the moments that he thought, you know, we know the footsteps. You know the footsteps.
Yeah.
Every black family have one of those portraits. But yeah, at one point he felt as if he was alone. And I'm wondering if he looked at those times that he felt that he was alone and he said, God, you're not fair. Take, for example, this woman that lost her husband. She looked at God and was like, God, you're not fair.
God, you're not fair! You're not fair. You took my husband.
You know, to lose somebody is tough, yo. I recently lost somebody in my family, and that was the first time I lost somebody close. And you ever felt that pain before, losing a loved one? I could just hear this woman like, God, you're not fair.
God, you're not fair. You're not fair. We were supposed to be so happy. We were supposed to.
And it's like she was dreaming about him, right? And she could just see him standing there. You could think of that person because your memory, you know, it's funny that when you lose someone, whether they pass away or they move away or, you know, it just didn't work out, you still lost that person. You feel that separation from them, right? Everybody knows from the story of Adam that, you know, human beings, we naturally need companionship in our lives. And when we lose that companion in any capacity, sometimes we blame God. And we say, God, you're not fair.
God, you're not fair. This memory. If you have to take my husband at least, take the memory.
That's tough, ain't it? All right, like the economy is real bad. And every time you turn on CNN, they're talking about the economy, right? So we must know there's somebody out there that recently lost their job. You know, you hear the numbers, but they don't show you the face of each individual that has lost their job in this downturn, this economic crisis, right? We just had 600,000 so far this year. Some crazy number. We're at an 8% unemployment rate. A lot of people out there lose their jobs, and when you gotta turn to, you know, I could imagine some people turning and saying, God, you're not fair.
God, you're not fair! I got a family! How could you take my job from me? 6 figures? How am I supposed to make it in this world now? How am I supposed to get their insurance? How do I look my kid in the face and tell him we gotta take... We can't go eat tonight. We gotta sell the car.
You know, it's been embedded in our societal culture, every societal norm. It seems as men, we're supposed to be protector and provider of the home. You know, the other day in the news, they said some guy in California, he lost a job. He used to work for Kaiser. And when he went home and looked at all the material things that accumulated over the years, his big house, his pool in the backyard, he killed his entire family and himself.
Whoa.
That's what, like 2 months ago?
Yeah.
Some of you have heard of it, right?
Yeah.
What drives a person to that point? When just because you lost your job, you kill your family. You think that day he felt like God was on his side, or that day he turned to God and said, God, you're not fair?
I got nothing left. Nothing left. But I'm not taking it out on my family. No, you know what I'm gonna take it out on my boss. I'm gonna take it out on my boss. You wait till I see him again.
Hello, Anthony.
Wait till I see him again.
How are you?
Hey, I'm not doing too well.
You're still here, guy. I told you about 3 hours ago that you're out of here.
I'm not going home. I'm not going home. You're giving me my job back. You know what? You're giving me your job. You go to my house and tell my family that they can't eat no more.
Hey, listen, first of all, it's not my job or responsibility to take care of all the kids that you're putting out in the world, okay?
You better watch
It's not my fault that you went to Oakwood University and not MIT. Okay, it doesn't look good on the resume. Times are tough.
Hey, I work hard, okay? I worked hard and you have no right to talk to me like that. You know what? You know what I ought to do to you? I'm gonna take you out this window, man, and I'm gonna let you know what I feel right now.
You know, there's that concept that know I'm with you always, not sometimes. Had an emergency the other day and looked at my bank statement and said, I gotta call my bank right away. And it was like, you know, we're available between 7 a.m. and 5 p.m. But God have a theory. He has his customer service motto, if you will, is, "Lo, I am with you always." So we've covered, you know, a woman that lost her husband, a man lost his job. But what about those parents out there? You know, sometimes it's tough, man. It's tough to see what's going on in the world. But if we look at our parents, what about a relationship between a parent and her child? If something should go wrong, you think she'll turn to God and be like, God, you're not fair.
God, I really need your help. It's my daughter. I can't do it. I can't do this anymore because you are not fair to me. I'm in church. I've done everything. I've done everything you've asked of me, and my daughter has just started hanging out with this friend, my baby, Stacy. It's just not fair. And I said to me, Stacy, Stacy, you have to come home with me, Stacy, please.
No, I don't want to come.
Get off of me! Stacy's my daughter! You started this! Stacy, please!
Get away, get off me! Stop it! Let me alone!
Could you see this? Like, could you see like a parent actually going through this? Like, because parenthood, when I think about when I have my kids, you think about holding them and they're going to be so cuddly and all of that, but you don't think, you know, what plans the devil have in store. The obstacles that will be thrown, the choices that will be given to these people, your children, you know, the concept, the red or the blue pill. What choices they're going to make when they come to that crossroad in their lives. We don't know about those things, but as parents, they see these things. I mean, watching your child just waste away. What if when you become a parent, the adversary, the devil, the opposition, hold your child hostage in his kingdom? Would you look to God and say, God, you're not fair?
Please, please. How could you do this? She's your daughter too. How could you do this? You're not fair. You're not fair.